Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey and that resolves, and here we are today taking a look at some of the new cards from FJS. You will notice that it's probably a bit of a buzzing sound, and that's because my original machine has absolutely died. I did buy a new machine, but it's arrived twice broken, which I assume is something to do with Christmas delivery drivers just being a little bit overworked. So for now we're working on basically a borrowed machine. It doesn't even have like a IO shield at the back, it's just blowing out hot air, so there's a bit of a noise from the fan. But I didn't want to realistically go like another week with no content, especially with a new set dropping. So I thought we'd take a look at FJS. I know that Bruised by God has been doing something pretty similar, but I just wanted to play a slightly different take on the deck, because I think that Lost Scroll is actually really good. For those of us who used to play Magic, there's a deck called Jund which did play Farseek, and a couple of control decks that played it as well, and it was just like one of the most important pieces of the deck, especially when we are trying to get up to, like, you know, if we can just play one of these 4-drops on free, that'd be really perfect. But also helps us get up to our 6s and 7s, as well as just being another spell for Rizahn realistically. So I do like Winchest Cargo. Actually, I'm going to change the numbers around on this. I change this to go up to 3 on here. I do like Winchest Cargo. I think it adds a lot to the game, but as we are trying to go up to 7, 2 of each should probably be on like turn 4 or 5. So I think we like a 3-2 split's probably good. I think realistically it should be like 4 Seek powers because it's always power. But Winchest Cargo can be a better top deck, like late game or mid game, because you can actually just get something to play. It's pretty RNG, so you're not always going to hit something that's actually good, but you know, you get to generate some stories by if you actually do that. So we are playing a couple of new cards. We've got Show of the Endless Hoard, and that's quite the name. Show's pretty good for a couple of reasons. It's going to help us to have a little bit of card draw in the deck, or at least help us dig towards our 7th power, because when you do draw a Show, you do get the Treasure Trove, which is just like a 2-cost draw card, and we also get that when we draw it through other means. So if we pick it back up with Display of Ambition, we still get to do it because we do draw the unit from the void, so we get to trigger the fate. Well, it's got Brel. Brel, I'm not sure. If Ikari was still 7, this card would probably be unplayable and we'd just be playing Ikari. But Ikari's gone up a notch, so we get to experiment with other 7s. So we're going to be playing with Brel, Solist, Apostate, and Brel, you know, doesn't look super exciting, but just a couple of different things. I mean, it's sort of like a die show. And you're going to play this, get like this blocker, and then you also make this either Brel's Mallet, which got Warcry 2, which is actually really nice in a deck like this, because if you just like hit a Warcry and like a Hidden Road, Smuggler, Vara, Rizahn, or basically anything in the deck, you just feel really good shape. But we can also give you current Relic Weapon, +4/+4, and Warcry 2, which is pretty nice with Runehammers, because if you also like make a turn where you probably just have it from the board, you're able to Runehammer the thing that they play, and then it goes back to your turn, you still got the Runehammer, you get to just make this like, there's going to be an 8/5 Relic Weapon with Warcry 2, that seems pretty good, and it's just like lights out for a lot of opponents. Also, it is like a 2-for-1, so sort of in with the plan of what we want to do, so yeah, that should be good. So I'm gonna take this onto the ladder now and see what we can do with it. Hopefully we're gonna have time to play 5 games before this computer explodes, but other than that, this might very well be the last video until the weekend, when we have the nice new silent machine, which doesn't sound or like feel like this, because it was a little bit hard to turn the settings all the way down. Okay, so you'll see we've also got like the Master's card back here. So this is not quite what we're looking for here. It's just 1,000,000 power and then like a 7-drop. So we'll redraw this. And this is much nicer. I feel like it's probably pretty good against most matchups. We get to, can't remember if we want to play the draw here. I don't pay attention to it. But if we are like on the draw, we'd be able to torch on 1 if we really want to. I'm going to Crest here. Don't think really matters to keep it. Yep, well, I feel like I've lost loads of value now by keeping that Vara, but we can play it, so it's in good shape. Next turn, probably going to go and grab a Justice. Ugh. So does this deck play Finest Hour? Well, I don't think I care. Just kill the thing. This is like the Combre face thing. So just grab Justice Sigil and just go 3-4. So you notice the market, I did just steal most of this from Bruised by God's version of the deck. So is there anything in the market we're at now? So there's only really like Mark's change, which I made difference. That's just, I got with the starter deck. I thought I would like to try this out. I assume that it's some sort of like long game where it's going to be pretty sweet. Actually, not sure if we really want to mark it, so I'm just going to pass the turn. I think I'll wait till we've got some more cards. Another good thing with Cho is that you can put Cho or the treasure into the market, so it's basically just another 2 for 1, and that's... Oh, we're going deep. Cool. Well, let's just play Vara. Opponent's probably not going to sack, and then we'll just like potentially get to block. Opponent's is a Justice deck, so they do have answers to this, but most of them it's going to be the graft that turns it into a Valkyrie at some point. Okay, so we've got like a Finest Hour here. I'm happy to trade. Good. Animation just like breaking the game. Cool. So as you can see there, probably I'm not sure if sort of like a 2 for 1. Probably got to draw a card out of it, but like whatever. So as you can see there, I'm probably not going to. Yeah, I'm probably not going to make any more videos until my new computer comes. But let's have a Crest. This is nice now because I've got 6. Yes, bottom of Shadow Sigil, and I'm going to trade away the Seat of Vengeance. Now I'm sort of curious what to get. We could get Deep Flash, which would be pretty nice. Our Rizahn doesn't have lifesteal yet. I don't think there's too much we can actually vanquish in like Mono Justice, but I think just in case we will get that. I think it's better than getting a Deep Flash play against like a Justice deck. We will be able to get like a nice burst of lifesteal, but we're at 30, and you know, probably pretty stable from here. So yep, Seraph's Beacon, that's fine. Opponent does have a body now. Probably should have just like shot this with the Rizahn, but we'll just do that now. Oop. So yeah, here's where we're getting the protects. Nice. Well, that's fine. I just like probably just not blocking. If we draw power, just gonna make Brel the Solist Apostate and just bosh it. If not, I'm just gonna attack with the team. I'm sort of happy to sort of make. I suppose our opponent, did they just ultimate then? Yeah, no thanks. That's just a bit fishy, that, if you ask me. Okay, so what's Display of Ambition actually do? So units get +1 power and Overwhelm, or kill an enemy unit with 5 health or more. Probably not relevant, but maybe the draw 2 units is going to be. So let's vanquish this because it gives our Rizahn lifesteal, I believe. Yeah, that'll be our 3rd spell. So our opponent's got a pause here. Okay, so it's just protect. Is that actually just fine? Yeah, I think it is really. We've got lifesteal. Both our dudes got lifesteal. Should be okay. If our opponent kills one, I think the intention is just to... Oh, okay. Well, I think in this case, if our opponent's got like no cards in hand and just a District Infantry, let's just kill that. Oh, bugger, doesn't happen yet. We have to let the Finest Hour happen, and then we kill it. Yeah, because it needs to be big enough. Just getting used to all the new card modes here. Oh boy, these audios are loud. Let's turn this down a little bit. So my setup's actually changed quite a bit since the old house as well. Yeah, so this is fine. Just like trading millions of cards out is fine because our opponent's got like a 1-2, and I'm just like, yep, you got it, buddy. Lost Scroll here. Probably prefer Lost Scroll there to like a cargo or anything like that, because it means that we do get to play the Soloist Apostate next turn, and that should probably just like lock the game up realistically. We're at 40 against an opponent that wants to beat us down, and they've got like some 1 power units in play. It's like, sure. Oh, could also just like Runehammer, but probably just going to Apostate. Bosh this out of the way. Wallop our opponent for a nice 8 points of damage. And hopefully that'll be all she wrote, because opponent needs to draw like 5 cards off this 1 card here, and that's just not going to happen. So give him the old emote, move on to the next one. Friend of the show's Arif. So Winchest cargo. That's all like see it. It definitely looks too similar to the Hidden Road Smuggler. So this hand is like 4 power and a removal spell with like Smuggler. I think I need to work on the market. Might do that after this game. Just make it a little bit more dynamic to us. Let's just keep. I mean, probably is. Basically 4 power. Let's redraw this. I think we could just do better. This is probably better. So we'll keep this. Probably not playing the Winchest cargo straight away, actually. So, Railing cargo. So, opponent is definitely something. Could be some sort of reanimator or chalice nonsense. I think it is actually chalice nonsense. We'll keep Lost Scroll. I think Lost Scroll's good because then we should be pretty set up in terms of power. So let's just Justice Sigil here. Lost Scroll. I think I'll grab the Justice here. And then we'll go and grab a Shadow here. Just make like a Vara or something. That seems pretty good. So Shadow. Don't think we do need triple fire at some point because of Cho, but hopefully Cho helps us get into that. I keep also just mixing up Winchest cargo with the Winchest Merchant and just thinking about it in my plays, which probably shouldn't do, but that's something we'll get used to. Just going to boot that with a little Runehammer that could. There we go, Crest of Glory, so always had it. Sea Vengeance is probably pretty good. It's a little bit slow, but we didn't have a plan of making like a 6 next turn anyway, so we'll just keep it just so we can actually get up to this 7 here. So I think this is actually like the Chalice deck that Zareth was talking about. We'll probably have to cover that because it looked like a pretty cool deck. And if we can keep this Runehammer around for like one more turn, well, one more power drop, and we're able to just like Brel it, that's going to be absolutely absurd. Yep, this is fine. Also, we've got a lot of nice draws in this deck because we can draw like the draw 2 units from the Void, so we're able to 2-1 our opponents sort of later on. Well, I guess it's just a Crest in time. CKS, we don't need any more power now, so just keep bashing our opponent with Runehammer, and this sort of brings me back to like really early days of Armory where your opponent would just be able to gobble you up with what's on top. Don't want Lost Scroll at this point in time. I think we will just Brel here. Next, this gives us an 8-5 weapon. Our opponent's going to be pretty dead pretty quickly because of the 2 torches. Okay, so Rundra's Choice. Yep, kill our dude. Is Brel a dude or a lady? Looks like a lady, cool. Sort of weird changes in the art design, but I do really like the artwork on this card. It's pretty sweet. I do like the rose here. And yeah, obviously that was enough for Zareth. Zareth's playing a control deck, they've stumbled on power, and we've just got like an 8-5 relic weapon, which does just bring you back to old army decks where that was pretty much what we did against control. You're just like, well, you've got a handful of Annihilates and Rundra's Choices as we saw, but you know, I've got an 8-5 that you just can't interact with. Okay, so I'm going to change the sideboard here a little bit. The Deep Forge plate is probably cute, but probably don't actually need it. Burglarize probably do need, Gift probably do want. So let's have a look at like the multi-faction cards, and let's go Legendary and Rare just to get like powerful ones. Let's see if there's anything in here that we just really would like. Has to be something that's not in the deck as well, so that sort of adds like a little bit of complexity to this. Could actually be like Tavern and Makto or something. Let's jump Makto in there for now. Just so we're actually able to get a threat out of the market. I don't really like not being able to get a threat, it's just all being answers. Obviously, like Martyr's Chain's a threat, but you do need other things to be going on in your life as well. So I think this is probably good. Let's get Hiram, and Hiram is probably good in a bunch of matchups as well. But I think Makto is probably it. Yeah, sadly we can't just like jam into this nonsense. But yeah. Call that done. We've got a threat in the market, so let's get back onto the ladder for the last couple of games. Okay, well, this is an easy redraw, and the first hand we see Defiance in it. Well, I'll be Defiantly mulligan in that hand. Okay, so this is actually the Merchant and not the... Well, we're doing this draw power here just to make the hand good. But let's just get our Seats of Vengeance out first. Uh-oh, Echo cards. So I think that Digital sort of messed up with these sleeves a little bit, and you should be able to sort of pick like anything below what you've earned, because I don't know, I'd like personally to just be able to change this down to a bronze just for mean value. Okay, so we're on the Seek Power Train. What might just drawing like a Lost Scroll here? Well, Display of Ambition is probably sort of fine. Do we have anything we want? It does kill Vara as well, which is kind of nice. I think generally what you want to do with this is just use it as a draw 2, if at all possible. Well, nothing to do here. Could get like a Burglarize. Although that machine's getting a bit noisy. Yep, no blocks here. Don't think this does anything. Yeah, you can just always cast it to give you units. Okay, cool. That's a strategy. Do we slay this? Probably not. think just attempt to trade for it. We can get this back later. What can we get out here? It's good. Let us just... We've got like a million removal spells. Let's just trade one for like a cheaper one. Maybe we can get a turn where we just like play removal spells with Maiden. It's pretty good. Probably just going to block here. I'm actually not sure like how much I can push this machine, so I don't want to push it too hard by messing around with the totems too much. I should probably change to like a basic one, so I'm not tempted to fiddle with it. Okay, so Runehammer's good here actually. So I will Runehammer here because this lets us play a Maiden next turn. If the Runehammer's still alive, we just get to boop something. Doesn't really matter which 3/3 we kill. Probably would rather this one be in the market first if our opponent's playing like Dark. What? You have to beg my pardon for a moment. So what does this do? Sabotage. Cool. Just like look at all of my removal spells. So our opponent's got the torch as well. So they do get to kill our thing and our hammer, which isn't excellent for us, I'll be honest. But we do get to make a Stat Maiden. No idea what this does. So they get to Lingering Influence or Swear Vengeance, and eventually they get to make a Elias, which would be a bit of a problem. As we can't kill it with Display of Ambition, it has to be Slay. So our opponent does get sort of like a turn with Elias, so this could be our undoing. I think some of the earlier versions of like this FJS deck was playing Regent's Tomb. Does seem a little bit spicy. Do I want to block here? Probably not. If our opponent wants to offer the trade, then obviously they just don't have anything. So I'll just Vanquish that, and then at some point... this is fine. I do get to kill the thing now, so... Let's boop this. How many things do I have in Void? Just one. It's like this, we're under quite a bit of pressure here actually, so let's do this. I suppose it doesn't really matter. We're attacking this, so we don't really need to put the Stone Cudgel on quite yet. I will. Yeah, let's play one. This does open us up to Vanquish actually, so maybe that was bad. But I did just want to preserve all of our power for like next turn. Okay, so our opponent's got a Cho. And they were able to play it but didn't, perhaps because they sort of know about the Display of Ambition. And we're taking a bit of a beating here, so I suspect we're going to be losing this one. Yeah, it looks like we are. So, Display of Ambition, do we really want to do that just to make a lifesteal unit? I think maybe we do. That's fine, I'll sort of like go for the end of turn. Let them, like... If they do something here like kill this, then I'll be able to get 2 units back. We are in pretty rough shape actually though. Yeah, so they've gone and got Vanquish. Doesn't do anything, cool. So yeah, probably shouldn't have put that Cudgel on because it just opened them up more outs. Okay, so we go to 3. We go to 1 by using the Display of Ambition. That's not the option we wanted to do. Okay, that should be more clear. Well, we'll just concede that because we were probably dead if we went to 1 and then just like traded out for something in the market. So we'll score that one up to just a little bit of a player error, but it didn't really matter. Okay, well, here we are on the play. And this sounds sort of deceptively good because we do have the Cho plus 2 Crest and we're on the play. And we do have a bunch of plays as well, so if we're being beaten down, we've got Defiance, which is pretty good. So I think we can actually keep this. And that fan is going absolutely wild. Like, I'm sort of tempted to see if there's a way I can just go like the BIOS and just turn that off. And just be like, yeah, the ambient temperature in here is literally not high enough for that to be an issue. Well, Crest of Vengeance, it's going to be rough now because we're going to have to bottom end if it's not power. Guess we're keeping Seat of Vengeance just because it is a power. And then we're just going to Crest again, doing sort of the same thing. Okay, so this could be like Phase Combre, in which case Defiance is probably going to be good again. Then just Crest it up again, see if we can find like a Fire Source, that'd be perfect. So Lost Scroll isn't a Fire Source, but it's more power, and I think that like missing power is probably worse than just like not having anything to do. Okay, so Power Stone means they're probably going big, so we could be looking at something like the pit of the Worm Pit, whatever it is. Let's just grab Justice, doesn't really matter. Play Crest of Vengeance, just like doing a really good impression of like a Argent Portal control list. So opponent could play the +2 power relic here. I don't know all the cards' names from the new set yet because I've been playing like just mobile, so as you can see I'm like pretty low free thought. I've been able to play just like a cope, basically just playing one game a day just from a free pack. Because the mobile app for this game is, when you're just used to playing it on desktop, just have like a huge screen. It's just not the most playable for me. But my headphones off, that whirring is really something. I might actually just call it after this game. We're at 21 minutes. Yeah, probably just do one more, but if that noise gets any louder, it's probably going to have to just like... Yeah. So just need to... Not sure here whether just like we dropped connection or has our opponent just like had enough. Like, what's going on here? Okay, cool. So they're making plays. Making Grip Parliament. Okay, that's interesting. Considering we've just got like a second copy of Runehammer, I'm just going to fire this one off. It's Combray, so unless they're playing like Sicalis, that's the 5-2 charge in time. They shouldn't be able to harass this, which means that if we draw a Fire Source, which we do because we're just incredibly smart and thin, like the smartest and thinnest, we'll keep that Sea of Chaos there just to get the second Fire Source and eventually be able to play this Cho. But for now, it's going to play Stat Maiden, which means we put like a little bit of pressure on our opponent. If our opponent just plays Sicalis, I'm probably just going to take the 5 and then an out turn to make the second Runehammer and kill it. But generally, I do like Runehammer in play when you have like a Stat Maiden. Oh no. Right row. Sandstorm time. Do we have like an answer to that? Yeah, we do. We've got Vanquish. Oh, I'm so smart. This is so smart. Well, we probably don't need a Defiance in this matchup. So let's just take Vanquish. Let's just boop this pig right on the nose. Beep. Camera's in a different place now as well, so... we'll attack here. If our opponent was to like Desert Marshal, that's fine. I assume this is the better Desert Marshal. So we attack first because otherwise they just get to silence this and kill our hammer. Because like if they just make a Desert Marshal like silence our Maiden, then we just don't attack with the hammer. Just like leave our 3-3 versus their 2-1. So Avi Graft here. So I need to figure out. I mean that's sort of fine because I think that Stat Maiden is only like a 2-of anyway. Cool. Love to have like really cool CPUs. I was like, well, it's clicking then on attack and it was just like, did it about a million times. I was going to Treasure Trove first, see what we find. Lets us know if our opponent's got a fast spell. Don't think we do. So, given that, I'm just going to wallop him for 5 and just be like, deal with my big boy. Slurp up all those lovely HPs and then crack him for 4. And then we've probably got him dead like next turn because we've got 4+1, well, 4+3. So we've got him dead even if they deal with this. They do have to have like a board as well. Plus we've got like Runehammer plus Torch to be able to get through anything like a Sandstorm Titan. So should be able to get our opponents right in the ropes here. Like, we're enough total as well. We don't have to do anything shenanigans like playing the second Runehammer just to get like invulnerable to damage. I'm interested in sort of like the shift away from Cookbook that we've taken, but I think it's just because we're playing for our new toys really. I think Cookbook's still pretty good, and maybe like a deck with Cookbook and Show is going to be really good? I don't know. I've literally... Uh-oh. Have you got power as well? Come on. Ah. I was going to get away with it. Just like, no power, no power. But that's all lucky. Yep, start turn, it's fine. Ow. 6 in the face. Just wallop this. Give the power here in case we need to trade it. We're at 30, I put us at 3. If we grab like another merchant, we can burglarize this. I think that gives us the 3/3 flying Valkyrie. That should be good. But yeah, the Scar product's like super big Combray like control deck. I'm gonna suspect that they want to try and kill us with like the Martyr's Chains thing, and also like I don't know, the Pit of Laneka. I don't know, the Skylatch Pitch or whatever it's called. Another one. Ugh. Well, we need like a torch for the face. Torch for the face no longer run out. Slowly. So we don't have enough to do it all. So I guess we just go face with this. Keep this back. I probably shouldn't be able to gain like 4 lives. If they have like a Sandstorm Titan, that's sort of bad. But they do need a removal spell for this. They do have like, you know, 3 actual cards in hand here though, so. a Railing Merchant maybe getting like a Sandstorm Scarf. That's sort of fine, because like, if they block our Rizahn with the 8/8, then we get to finish it off with the Runehammer. Okay, Desert Marshal's sort of okay. Oh well, literally just didn't matter. Just drill the torch, you know, just lucky, good, all those sort of things. And I think my CPU, well, my computer's just like absolutely, as you can hear. Okay, so I did take a look at the recording just to double check, and this is like the end of the video now. I don't think that sound in the background makes for a good viewing experience, so I'm probably not going to record until a new machine arrives, which will probably be like Thursday or something like that. So yeah. If I was able to download Steam on my work machine, I'd do that, because that's like generally silent, but I don't think the InfoSecurity would be very happy with me doing that. So let's take a look at the deck, and I think what really glares to me is that the market needs a lot of work. Like, I'm not sure if this is just gonna be a thing that happens, like when we're using the Hidden Road Smuggler as like our merchant, is that we don't have access to fire anymore. I don't think we want the 2/3 double damage merchant, as much as that'd actually be pretty nice in a couple of situations where you're just able to go and like tutor up a show, and that also draws your card out of the market, so you're just like able to, I don't know, put a power in there or something. You draw this 7-drop, which doesn't make sense when you put the power away, but you also get the draw a card which sort of replaces itself and all sort of stuff. Just bouncing show in and out of the market is potentially nice if you're able to play like these draw to sort of this Dark Return sort of effect that's on Display of Ambition. But I think that this archetype's definitely still here. It's not gone anywhere, and I'm sort of glad, because this is sort of control deck that I like, where it's actually just like a mid-range deck that's just going to grind you out, and you're not going to sit there bored to death like you were with Temporal, where just like they just draw a million cards and like just hopefully one day find a win condition. You could literally never win anymore, but you just have to sit there and wait until they win, otherwise you just scoop in and just sort of miserable with your life. But this deck seems cool. I think that Lost Scroll, definitely I'm sold on this. Don't sleep on this card, I think it's actually really good. I'm also really happy that this is like a common as well, so you should pretty much just have it just from opening like the generic packs that you get from day to day. But Brel, Brel is in a lot of lists right now without any weapons. I think that might be a mistake, because I think that Brel, like, as you saw in that one game where we just got to make Runehammer like an 8/5, just like absurd. Like, I know that like Breling up a Starsail Die Show is probably a little bit Magical Christmas Land, and like Breling up a Sword of the Sky King is probably just a little bit too much Winmore. But with some of these more like utility weapons, like an Auric Runehammer, or if it becomes good right now, Sword of Ikari, it's probably really good, just giving that like Warcry free, and it's just like a 7/6. So it's still really good. It's a lot of pressure and it's a lot of removal. Just be able to play your threat at 7, that's going to like stabilize your board. It's going to remove one of their threats. You've just got these blockers to 4/5, which is, you know, it's a reasonable body. It's not very good for 7. The Warcry 2 is sort of medium at that point of the game, but you know, it's going to improve your draw steps. And yes, Vince deck's probably quite good. Didn't really talk about Defiance as well, never really came up, but I do like this just as generally more copies of Torch. You know, you're playing against Skycrag now, and it's got to be a nightmare matchup for them, because you've just got like so much lifesteal, like with a Hidden Road Smuggler into Vara, and you've got like Torches and Defiances that are just going to kill their like Champion of Furies, and also just like Lost Scroll, so that on their turn 10 they do whatever, but on your turn 3 you then go and make a Vara or a Statuary Maiden, and you just got like all these spells that just bring you Rizahn's back, and then yeah, sure, at some point you're going to pay 2 life to bring 2 units back, but they're going to be 2 big lifesteal units, and you know, especially when one of them's like Rizahn, which just kills their board, it's probably fine. Show is probably a little bit spicy. I'm not sure if this is good. I've actually been playing Show in decks now for a couple of days, and I've literally never attacked with it. I've just either played it and it's died, but it's sort of fine like a Champion of Cunning where it dies, but you got an extra card out of it, or I attacked my opponent, didn't have a board, and I won because I had a 6/6 flyer. That just, because this ability isn't actually an ultimate, you don't get to choose. It's like the other fire dude, Yushkov, whatever, where you don't get to choose when it happens, it just sort of happens. So when you attack, you just do it. Power surge yourself. But yeah, that's cool. Market needs work. I'll put the link on Warcry, no doubt. So thanks for hanging around through that awful sound quality, and I'll see you next week, hopefully on a much more silent rig.